March 16th, 2022, special call board meeting.
All right, we'll call this meeting to order to review bids for resurfacing the high school football field.
And board members, we met this afternoon as a committee, and Mr. Cowan is the representative of, he represents all of this good project we're trying to accomplish. So I'm gonna just turn this over to him and let him discuss what we did, and it's, well, Matt, maybe I'll turn it over to Matt.
Yeah, I'll turn over to Matt. But
Okay.
Matt is, Matt has all the bid document too, but we just facilitated the bid and the opening of bids and reported them.
Okay,
And I'll
Matt,
turn over to Matt.
go right ahead.
I didn't know you were coming back to me that fast.
All right,
I had some, let me see your bid sheet real quick.
There you go.
We had 3 bidders, who gave us, bids on what we spec'd out, and then they gave alternate bids. In the end, going with what will be a monofilament and a film, slip film, combined is the best product out there for us. It's what our field is now. We've gotten 11 years out of what we've got, which is way past what the warranty was. The warranty was 8. They told us to expect 8 to 10, maybe 12 out of it. We've gotten 11, so it's been a good surface for us. It's going to be the same style of surface, a little heavier ounce this time, so a little bit better product. We're at 41 right now ounce. It's on the field. It's going to be 48, which is a step up. At the lowest bid price on it for having, they will remove and the old turf and haul it off. They will redo the sideboards that were wood. They'll take them back to a better product. It's a lifelong product.
Classic, right?
Yeah. And
nail board.
The nail board that goes around it, which was wood, and it's not going to be any good anymore. That'll come out. It'll come back to a plastic type board that will last a lot longer.
So that you will not have to replace it the next time you go around.
They will regrade the turf under it, the gravel turf under it, the ground. They'll level it all back out, regrade it, smooth it out. They'll go back to the new turf and the new infield. All of that work will be at a cost of $480,000. Yes.
The range was like up to about.
Yes, the high range on that was 553, I think. The fiber was a twisted fiber that's pretty new to the market. It offers it to stand up maybe a little bit better, like real grass wood. It does not offer a longer life in anything that they've shown us. It doesn't say, well, you'll get 15 years out of this one if you use this. It's the same lifespan, same warranty. It's just a different kind of style. It didn't seem $70,000 more efficient than what we were already going to do. Having said that, this is an upcharge from what we bid, this blend. It's actually no charge, but it's an upgrade on what the specs were. It's a much higher material than we wrote our specs for, so we're getting no charge upgrade to a better product.
Because of the ounce, the weight of it?
Because of the weight ounce, and because it's not all one style of fiber, it actually has some monofilament in it that helps it stand up a little bit better.
2 different fibers, monofilament and slip film, as opposed to being all slip film.
So what we have now is all slip film?
No.
All
just
we have now is a blend too.
Okay.
You have a blend. You actually, back then, it was an upgrade as well, but, I mean, you can look at it as an upgrade, or you can just look at it as a more versatile field.
Well, that's all right.
Better for soccer and football as opposed to strictly football.
But the step up is because this is heavier.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. It's a step up from what they could have built at the bottom was just a full slip film, and you wouldn't have to have the monofilament in it. They've offered that at no charge. So having said all that, we also I guess that's where we stop on the turf right there.
I think
We can talk about the other and fundraising after we get a motion on
so.
that.
Tim, what we're going to recommend, and the name of the provider is United Turf
And track.
and Track.
And they are AstroTurf.
Yes, we're going to recommend United Turf and Track, which is an AstroTurf product.
Yes, sir.
We are going to recommend the blended option, which they have offered, blended AstroTurf, which is a combination of 2 different fibers. We consider to be a superior product because of the blend. It's a heavier grade product than we have now, and heavier than several of the others. And the price is $480,000 for this project. That includes everything from removing the current turf to putting down the new one and getting it all done right. Is
Also, I also want to point out, Dr. Guest, to the board members, there was a $1,500 charge for the big logos in the middle of the field, the sponsor logos. There was a $1,000 charge for the side logos on the edge of the field. We've since been on the phone with the provider, and he's cut that in half on both of those, so it will be, right?
Yeah, well,
$1,000 on the big one and
yeah,
$500.
it's printing logo, like if you have the People's Bank out on the field, they wanna charge $1,500, they would agree to do that for $1,000. So if you end up with a sponsor there, $1,000 each, yes, sir, and then the sidelines would be $500 instead of $1,000. That one actually cut in half.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, yeah, 1,500 on that, that's right.
Yeah.
So they dropped their price significantly on that, just from a very quick phone conversation that Ken had with them.
I actually text.
So that is our
It was all good.
that is our recommendation
Okay.
for United Turf and Field. at
Turf and Track.
Turf and Track at $480,000.
I'll make a motion to, go with the United Turf and Track, $480,000, blended fiber option, 48-ounce mat, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? If not, all in favor, aye? Aye. All opposed? None, motion passes.
Can Matt have a couple of minutes just to tell you how we're gonna proceed with fundraising? Can you do that?
Okay, so very quickly, we have in the past, sold ads on the field. Jeff and I have been talking, and I don't know the last time all of you were at a football game, but we have a dinosaur in the north end zone of the scoreboard. It has been there for a long, long time, and they don't make a lot of parts for it anymore. Rainy Electronics actually has a box that they keep scrap parts in that says Sheridan on it, just so they can bring them up here and fix our board for us.
No joke.
No joke, that's a real thing. That they don't make those parts anymore, so they actually go out to old boards and steal parts to bring to us. We have, just out of curiosity and wanting to look at it, there are video scoreboards out there, LED lit, nice stuff, that we can put in that end zone, coming up for the next season for about $245,000, and that is comparable to what Mountain Home, Oak Grove, several other schools.
Same size as what Cersei
Same
has.
size as what Cersei has. Beautiful boards that will come with 2 cameras, controllers, everything you see in the arena to run ads will also come with this to be able to run ads and film and do all film football games and show replay and everything on the scoreboard. Having said that, it also comes with panels across the bottom for more advertising. In discussing this with Jeff and several other people, and knowing what we were able to accomplish with the state tournament, we think that our best source of fundraising is to go, we want to do naming rights on the field. We want to do that because that's a big piece of it. But we also know that a big piece of it will be putting your name on the scoreboard and being able to run commercials up there for people. So instead of, because we don't believe in Sheridan, there are a lot of $30,000 and $50,000 donors out there to go chase. We would like to go out there and look for those 30 people who want to spend $2,000 a year to have their commercials, their ads put on the big board to be seen. If we can go get those people, we're looking at about $60,000 a year in revenue over the course of a 10-year contract. Takes us to about $600,000, which pays for turf, it pays for the scoreboard. If you take the turf price, you take the scoreboard price, we're at about $725. We think the naming rights are worth $125,000, taking us down to $600. We raised the $600,000 through the scoreboard advertisement. We're back down to $0, and we have a little in the bank right now that we've already banked from the last time. A little over 200, I think, Chris, 200 and change that we banked last time, which would put us back to having that waiting for the project again 11 years later. Plus, I would like to do some more small level advertising for those families. After we've got the board filled up, we've done that, I'd like to come back to The front of our stadium has a very big giant blank wall. And I think we can do a very nice decorative sign there that as a parent, I could give $250. Go Timmy, we support the Yellow Jackets with the family name on it. Put it up there, you're a Yellow Jacket level supporter. We do that every year for the families as they come through. Lots of people will wanna be able to put a little bit of money in that. We got more people who see the ads, they love that, all that money goes directly back into the turf account, going nowhere else, just to be placed in funds for the next time we have to go do
And that
turf.
sign changes every year.
And that sign, yeah, the good news is on that sign on the front is, every year we go back out and you ask for donors who wanna get in again. It comes down after a year, you put your name back up after a year, everybody gets back in, that's the name to put in. The best news about the scoreboard and the advertising is, it can change. If Larry's Pizza goes out of business, we don't have to leave their ad on the turf for 4 years while we're hunting somebody new. Cut it out, pay $1,000, put another one in. We can take your ad out of the rotation and go sell another ad tomorrow. Those people are gonna get ads on Monday night, Tuesday night football, Thursday night football, Friday night football, Saturday morning pee-wees, soccer, band concerts, track meets. If we're out there, the board's on, it's playing their ad, $2,000 a year for 10 years seems like a pretty good deal for that much advertising. And I think we won't have a hard time finding those donors. Just to put it in perspective, in 11 days, I did $23,000 for the state tournament for the same kind of deal, just being able to play their ads on the big screens. So I don't think with a concerted effort, and I will come back from spring break, put together a fundraising committee of local people, and I don't think it'll take us very long at all to go out and place those, and put those where they need to be.
So what's,
Ross is gonna get the first one for you.
Yeah, good deal.
what's the lead time on scoreboard construction?
All Rainey said is that it could be done before we play a football game. The steel braces, because we're gonna have to add one brace for that size, the steel brace will take longer than putting the scoreboard together, is what he led me to believe. Steel's apparently pretty hard to get right now.
It's getting easier.
The only problem with that is because of the price of it, I have what I think already is the best bid that we're gonna get.
You said 245,000?
And I don't know that we can beat that number, but because of the price, Chris and I talked, we do need to be able to go out and put a bid out and let some people bid on that while we're at spring break and be able to come back at least by April and say, this is the price and this is what we wanna do.
And the idea is we front the cost.
We would have to front the cost, but it would every dime that came back in would go right back to the district until we were caught up.
Which fund?
Which is, I think is the same way we did turf the
People
first time.
think we can look at it, we can borrow from the building fund money that is for the building and replace it, or we probably need to just go ahead and borrow the money to be paid back as the
So,
donations come.
are you saying there will be no ads on the field?
No, ma'am, I'm not. What I'm gonna tell you is it's $2,000 to put your commercial on the TV. If you'd like to give us $3,000, I'll put an ad on the field.
Or 35.
Huh? Or 35, or we'll talk about
Okay.
that, but yeah.
So they'll have a choice,
35.
But they will have a choice, and for a lot of people, that's a big deal.
right?
The thing is I'm not there 5 times a week. I'm across that field in the bleachers, and I could not tell you
Right,
who's out there.
right.
We do have 2 in memoriams that are on that field that have the names of students from past. Those, when they're taken out, will be returned to the families. And anybody who has an ad on the field right now that wants their ad, when it's done, they want their turf, we'll return that for sure. We won't let them haul that off. We'll have that taken out and given to the businesses if they ask for it.
We pick out the sunflower seeds and remove the gum.
That's free of charge.
You get all that free, we don't even charge us the extra gum.
What's our total combo scoreboard field? 480 plus,
$725.
so 725, we got 2.8, what was it,
14.
214,
214 in the bank, and then we budgeted
224.
224.
We're gonna get $125,000 minimum for naming rights.
So I guess the cash up, what would we have to borrow out, I guess is what I'm saying.
if people come forward with the fundraising as fast as Matt got it done for the tournament, we may not have to.
And wouldn't you agree that the naming right ought to be a upfront payment? Or you
Yes.
prorating that too?
Well, it depends on how big, I mean,
Yeah.
If it's a bank, they won't wanna take it over 5 years, they
No.
wanna make it 5 or less,
yeah,
usually.
I mean, that. I
Is
think-
it one of those deals I saw in some of the literature where you pay X amount of dollars over 10 years, or you get a discount if you pay it all up
You
front?
could do that.
You know, there was like a $5,000 cut, you know, there was a percentage cut if you got
How much did we budget?
$45,000 instead of 50 today.
We budgeted out of general funds 224, and we have 214 in the fundraising account from before.
Okay,
439.
okay.
So do we need a motion to proceed with fundraising?
It's my recommendation that, fundraising.
We'll do that.
You want a motion to proceed with fundraising?
Well, I mean, since we're including the scoreboard in it.
I think we need a motion to put out bids for a scoreboard.
Yes.
I think the fundraising is just something we're gonna do.
Right,
I don't know
that's-
when we're gonna do that.
So
All right.
But I don't know, I could be wrong.
I make a motion to proceed with exploring bids for a new scoreboard
Okay.
through the fund. That will be contingent on funds being raised through a fundraising.
Okay.
Would you like me to do that? With no extra charge, I'll just take care of that for you?
What
I'll do it.
the,
I'll put out a RFP.
Yeah.
I can get that back, we'll have to run an ad.
I wanna replay that sentence before that, and no extra charge.
And no extra charge.
Play that back.
So the motion is to take bids?
is to,
For the
Yeah.
scoreboard.
to take bids that would be contingent upon funds being raised.
We would accept them contingent
Yeah,
upon the
yeah.
funds available, okay.
Funds being raised.
So you know what Rady's cost is, I can tell you working with them, they probably won't change the nickel on the bid.
But
And we'll have to reach out to a few other companies,
Ace will have to be a chance
Ace,
to be a
and they're
net.
cheaper generally, but they won't meet the spec. And then you've got a couple others that are out there that Daktronics will be way more, but I don't mind doing that.
Do we have
It's
to
not part of the
at all be
plan.
concerned about compatibility with the technology we have in the program
No,
software?
all our specs will be written, if we write them like Randy just sent me, that they will send us brand new technology. It will all come with cameras and controllers that run that board specifically. There won't be any reason for them to be
I was
compatible.
just thinking about kids using two different systems, will it be
I think it'll
similar?
actually be, it's fair play. It'll be the same stuff.
How long ago did you put that in the arena? Yeah, it'll be different, a little bit, not enough to,
Be same company.
yeah, there'll be some different components and.
Do you have the motion, Gail?
I got a motion, but I don't have a second.
Can you read the motion?
That we put out for bids for the scoreboard contingent upon the donations covering cost of the product.
All right, so we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Have a motion, and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor, aye? Aye. All opposed? None, motion passes.
Now, just clarification on my part, you want that written to the bones of the Rainy scoreboard?
Yes,
right?
I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
I'll send you what they
this
sent.
board will be his quote, and then he'll.
He's got the exact size and specifications that we want, so I will send it to you.
All right, perfect.
Anything else to come before the board?
And that solicitation bill will come back to you.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll be watching.
Motion to adjourn, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Wait,